Welcome to Seeing Crime, everyone. I'm Zelda Kelly, and here with episode 24 of The Key Witness Part 2. Yeah, here we are with Brian Higgins again, little Higgy baby. So we're going to check in with him, lay the foundation. We have a lot more to talk about, but first I want to say this. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to give you any legal or medical advice. I'm going to give you things to think about and maybe even to research. You know, we have to study to show ourselves approved, right? So, I'm a card reader, and I take my impressions from the cards and from what it is that I see and feel. So here we are, and you are always welcome to state your opinion in the comments. I love reading your opinions. I don't care if it matches mine or not. We are a community, and we're here to be together, and we want justice for John and actually for all. So here we are. I'm going to introduce the decks that we have today. The Kipper deck, our friend, to lay the foundation. The Piatnik deck, 36 cards, written 6 different languages. The hidden deck is on the Hand of Fate. And today I'm going to pull out this tarot deck in which I like to call the Old Boy. Now the Old Boy is old. This is an old tarot deck, and you're going to be able to see on the cards there's wear and tear, but it doesn't make any difference. The Old Boy gives me some pretty good foundational accurate readings, and that's why we're going to use him today. I keep him safe and warm and tucked away, but on special occasions, just like this, he comes out. So we're going to put him to the side, the hand to the side, all these to the side, and we're going to start with the Kipper deck. Now, in the last video, if you haven't seen that, and I'll link it in here into this video, is the Key Witness. We discussed Brian Higgins and we discussed the proffer. And I've got to say this, we discussed it, and I'm sorry if I have misled any of you or didn't disclose properly what it is, and that's why I want to take this opportunity now. Brian Higgins' proffer, as we know, allegedly is for using government facilities and equipment only. And that's because he is a runner, as I say, he ran to this federal department to basically pull things off of his phone, maybe even wipe his phone, whatever the case may be. And that's what the proffer was about. These types of that type of action right there will get you the big F. Now, okay, the big F word in this community is felony. And that is what that's for. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm sure that our friends, the feds, have not stopped with him and this action, I'm going to say, that he took about his phone. I'm sure he was asked other questions. Think about it. So now we're going to look into this a little bit more, and I'm going to explain to you other things why I believe that Brian Higgins is the key witness in this situation. I'm going to pull out the card. I'm not going to pick a card today. I'm going to pull them out here like we do the normal. Okay, Lovers. Okay, that's a foundation. Here we are. That's Brian. Change. Oh yeah, baby. Higgy baby. Okay, and High Honor. We're going to lay these cards to the side for just a second here. And I'm sorry for the glare. I'm going to pick these up so you can see them a little better. This Lover's card definitely would be Karen and Brian. Now, nothing happened seriously between the two except some flirting and a kiss or two, maybe. But this lover's card, I think that is behind a lot of this. And the main male being Higgins. And I'll explain that in a minute. This change, there's going to be a change with Higgins and his testimony. There's going to be a change. You're going to see it. You may not see the testimony, but I want you to be aware, because we are hearing about all of these other officers getting investigated, being suspended. They're making the news. And the one who is not right now making such news is Brian Higgins. Now, the reason being is because I believe he is cooperating more. That is the change that I believe that we're going to see, in my opinion, allegedly. 25, the high honor of this card is that, look, he really wants to save the day. I'm going to tell you, he really wants to tell the truth. But he's scared for his own sake, and rightfully so. He is afraid to say of what he saw, what he participated in, what he did. We'll get there. Today is the 31st of July of 2024. Sorry for the glare. So I just want you to know what day that I am recording this. The next thing that I'm going to pull out is the old boy, and then I'm going to give you some ideals of where this is taking me and how I'm coming about to this conclusion of the key witness. Here we are. You see the where that I've got on this. The 10 of Cups. The Magician. The Justice card. Absolutely. That's also a Libra. And the Two of Cups. Let me show you something interesting about that Two of Cup card. And again, you see the wear and tear. Sorry about that, but it's giving us really good messages here. You see the two snakes intertwined, and for those of you who are in the medical industry and even in veterinarian care, you see the two snakes. That is a symbol that we use, especially in the United States, for medical. Now, in this particular card, it can mean that coming together is really good for your soul. Think about it. When people say that they reconcile or they say they're sorry, that's like medicine for your soul. To have that power, you see that power, the lion with the red wings, is strength and a power position coming together, offering your ability to reconcile. There's the medical. I really believe that Higgins had information, and I believe that he's given it already. I believe that he has reconciled this. He has come together and given this information, and some of this medical definitely was a part of it. Justice speaks for itself. There is a red cloak here, which is also power. This justice, this lady justice, has a crown on that is basically, she's holding this sword. The sword cuts both ways. It can either be in justice or it can be in the fallen. And there's balance. The scales of justice. It's justice is coming for John. These two cards. This is a celebration card because it's coming to the end. And I believe that some things for Higgins are coming to the end. I'm also going to say, an event very as genteel as I can, he may be experiencing some personal loss, and I'm going to let it there. This magician card, having the elements of all four corners of the universe in your corner, making sure, and I like to call this the manifestation card many times because this magician card is manifesting. Things are coming to light. Things will go better for Higgins if he can forward. But you see, if you go back and watch his testimonies, he's so nervous. He's so uptight. He's so upset. Let's grab some cards here from the Piatnik deck. Oh, that one came out right away. A gift. A marriage. Unexpected joy. And a visit. Now, those seem like pretty positive cards, don't they, laying out there? We're going to lay two more. Fortune. And a baby. I'm going to tell you this, whatever deal he is making or about to make, and quite frankly, I still feel that it is very likely, let me say that Brian Higgins has made some type of plea with the federal government. As long as he doesn't overstep his boundaries or break whatever proffer or go beyond the scope of everything, I believe that he either has a plea deal on the table or will accept a plea deal. And just so you know, plea deals can be withdrawn. So if he makes a deal and he gets stupid, off to the, the bars won't be the Waterfield. The bars will be in prison. So there you go. The gift I think that he is receiving, and the marriage card, and the unexpected joy in the visit, and the fortune, and the baby, how I'm reading this all coming together is literally he's very lucky with what he's being offered. You know, sometimes they go after the little fish to get the big fish. And I think Higgins is kind of a medium fish. He's not a little fish, but he's not a big fish. He's a medium fish that knows a lot about the waters that he was swimming in on January 28th and 29th. Marriage, oh yeah, this is going to be something. This is a commitment. This is something, he is married to this for the rest of his life. But this will gain him a new future. And that is going to be that was an unexpected joy because they offered him, I believe, something better than what he was expecting. He's got a lot to offer and a lot to give. And with having this visit from the feds many times, he's been under federal investigation. So this is not new. So I do believe that there is an offer on the table for justice for John. Definitely. Now we're going to take the hidden deck. Now the reason I use all of these different cards in a reading is because I want well-rounded reading. I want different perspective. And that's what these cards give me by laying a foundation and going from there. And I'm going to say, I was telling one person in the comments today, I learned to read the playing cards before I ever started teaching tarot. I learned the playing cards. And for me, the playing cards can many times tell more detail about what's going on than even the tarot. In some ways, for me now, for all of you seasoned readers, for me, the tarot many times can be limited, and the playing cards can take me to that one step further. The one step beyond, that's where I like to go. That's where I like to be. And sorry, I hit the camera. Okay, let me see if I can get it. Stop rocking there. All right, here we are. 5 of spades, 6 of hearts, 5 of hearts. Wow. We're going to tell the story here, my darlings. Look at this. When you like to play poker with this hand. All right. Higgins. Karen Reed. One more card. 9 of spades. All right. Something that I want to share. One, I think, of the elements that I picked up on is that one of the reasons he is a key witness is because of when he pulled up to the house. You know, he saw who he saw when he left, who he saw. Now, according to his testimony, he left between 12:30 and 1 or 1:30 a.m. Not quite sure what that is, but between 12:30 and 1:30, give or take a few minutes there. And forgive me if I don't have that precisely. But that was a testimony of his, that he left 34 Fairview Road during that time frame. Why did he leave? He said it was because the only thing they had there was beer. And he is a Jameson and ginger ale man. I think that's what he said, Jameson and ginger. Okay, Higgins. But would that be enough for somebody to cut and run? Because he's a runner. He said he went to the Canton Police Department to move around cars. Why on earth would you want to move around cars after you've had a night of drinking, a day of drinking, a night of drinking? Don't you want to just go home? Also, it's my understanding that Jen and Brian Albert called him and he did not answer. He was at the Canton PD between 12:30 and 1:30 a.m. that morning of January 29th of 2022. Why? From what I'm understanding, from what the cards lead me to believe, and here we go, my friends, in my opinion, he saw something happen right away and he ran. And if you want to go back to my last video, you'll hear me and you'll see the cards telling the story of what I have heard from several sources. I don't like to spread gossip. I don't know if it's true, and I can't say that it's factual. And anything here that I tell you is not factual enough to be used as evidence in the court of law. But it's evidence enough for us to keep a vigilance and for us to look after and see. So what do these cards mean? Other than Brian being a runner, which he is, I believe, in my opinion, my darlings, that he was running to the Canton PD to have an alibi. He said when he left that there was no body on the lawn at 34 Fairview Road. He left because, in my opinion, he was involved in the middle of the action that was taking place inside the home at 34 Fairview Road. What do these cards mean? This is Brian, this is Karen. This is frustration. This is sacrifice. Making some decisions about additional sacrifices. But part of the problem, you see how this card lays? This is Higgy, baby. This is Karen. Part of the problem is with this 9 of spades, he actually was way more into her than she was him. His imagination, that's what this card is, his imagination was starting to kick in and starting to go wild about her. And when he saw her at the waterfall, and then they went to another bar and she really didn't give him the time of day, that got under his skin. Now, I think drinking and everything else made him brave enough to semi-participate, but when he saw everything going down, he cut and run. The other thing I want to say is this. I keep saying, what if Karen would have gone into that house that night? Would there have been 2 bodies on the lawn? Didn't Jen say to Karen, come on over, I have a surprise for you? I think I heard that from her. If I'm wrong, please tell me, because I'm one of these persons that I don't mind if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. But I'm pretty sure that's what she said. He is a key witness in this because he has seen more and has known more. And I'm going to guarantee, in my opinion, I'll guarantee, there was more people in that home saw John and knew what happened. Courthouse. Need I say more? He has a choice to make. He's made the choice, but there's one more. We're going to see some change with him. We're going to see some experience from him. He is being watched 24/7 to make sure he does not make a mistake. Will we see him again in the courthouse, in the Karen Reed trial? I don't think we will. If there is a trial in January, I'm not so sure. If there's going to be, I believe the date will be moved. If there is another trial. I have to be careful what I say, because I certainly don't want to accuse anyone. Yeah, right here, my darlings. This is the Prince of Wind and Breezes, the Page of Swords, our friends, who is announcing to us that there's a lot of communication coming and a lot of things about ready to happen. And I'm going to say that the CW knows Higgins knows more than he is letting on, and he should. You see, I'm careful. The CW also knows that they pointed their questioning so Higgins could work around the proffer and work around whatever it is that he needed to work around. Because, okay, there's more coming. We're going to see more. We're not done yet. We're far from it. There is definitely this sword going off the end of the card, meaning not done yet. Hold on. I like to say that when we see this card. Hold on to your potatoes, my darlings, because we are about ready to go to a ride. You're going to start seeing things now get momentum, and the velocity will be very much so in place. There's going to be some craziness happen, and some things happen that we just maybe don't even know. Maybe. Treating this like a business. money is involved because everybody is getting suspended these days. And Jennifer McCabe. Jennifer McCabe has so much more involvement in this. And she is the organizer, orchestrator, and no one thought this was going to blow up to the point that it was. I'm also going to say one more thing before I say goodbye, and that is this. He is a key witness, and he will help the defense more than he thinks. And the CW, I think he's just really worthless to the CW anymore. But the CW, in my opinion, their cause of action in this is not to find justice for John. No, no, no. The cause of action is to make Karen pay for it. So this will all go away as they think. Now, there are many people that are not coming forward, and the defense knows this, and so does the CW, because many people fear. They fear. Many people ask me, why don't they just tell somebody? Who are they going to tell? What pathway will they take? Because you just don't know who you can trust. And look at that card. Despair. Absolutely. You don't know who you can trust. And you don't know how you can handle it. That family room keeps coming up. And I do believe something happened in the family room at 34 Fairview. Whether it was a greeting, whether it was a meeting, whether it was something that is... Now, I want to tell you something. Give me just a little few minutes more here. In the paranormal field, I'm going to take a little jog. In the paranormal field, I have visited so many historical places where there have been accidents happen, and they, in a paranormal scientific way, take luminol in and they'll spray it, or they'll use it, or they'll rub, or they'll whatever into these historical homes, and you can still see, I can't say the word, but you know it's red. They still see the stain, there we go, from that accident is still there. Now, the Alberts tore up that basement floor, they said, because of flooding. They tore up the whole entire basement floor. I bet that and some other things are in the pool that has been filled in either at the Brothers or don't know where any of that is. There is a receipt for filling in a pool for $5,000. Now, I wonder, because I keep hearing, and someone wrote in the comments today that there were hazmat suits at 34 Fairview. I think that there has been a visit there. And luminol can tell the story. It doesn't matter how much you tear up an area, because these stains have a property in them that will remain. And unless you know how to take care of it, it will stay behind. Wouldn't that be funny? Not in a funny way. If there were some stains in somewhere in the bottom in that house on 34 Fairview Road. Just a little thought. Just a little thought. So, my friends, let me know in the comments what you think, and please do me a favor and subscribe, because this is going to be one heck of a ride. This King of Cups is an emotional king. It's someone who is, I still say that this is Karen Reed's father. He knows a lot of the truth. He has talked to a lot of the people, And I'm going to tell you, my darlings, they know a lot more. So don't be disheartened and thinking, why don't they just hurry up? Why don't they just hurry up? Because I don't want them to hurry and miss something. I want them to take their time and make sure that they gather it all. I hope this has helped. There's just so much about Higgins. I could probably take another 2 or 3 hours, but I'm not going to. It's time to move on. And I just want to thank you for being here always at Seeing Crime. And do me a favor, please like, subscribe, and I'm just going to say this. Please hang out because YouTube has another video that they think you'll enjoy, and I believe you will as well. Take care and thank you again. And I will link the first part of this in this video. Stay tuned, my friends. Much, much more is coming out. Bye for now.